They say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. And still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody, this is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy, yeah, just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipe. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed, we are exploited, we are downtrodden, we are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try to take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but truth is they're killing us still. How you saying Black Lives Matter, but never took a moment to help. Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else. But it's 10 times harder for me. And they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die, I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a mill. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah, this is real life. Kaa kimya skia. Real talk. We're coming from the ghetto. Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania mpaka UK. The world finest. Yeah, pambana kijana. Life is too hard, life is too short. Shaa kwa nangu wote ghetto. Usikate tamaa. Jua kwamba ipo siku tutatoboa. Tutatoka. Gang for life.
I am the true name.
Blessed love, my people. Blessed love. We got the trilogy tonight. We are going out on all 3 platforms for the first time. Can't believe I managed to do it. And I did it all on my own, people. Can you believe it? Blessed love to you. I hope you've had a fantastic week. Grandma Liz, I'm just waiting for the other mods to pile in. So I've just received some news. I've been trying to get hold of our brother Harrison that is supposed to be joining us from Nigeria today. And I've just got some news, actually, that he's been threatened by the police in Nigeria. There's been something that's gone up on his page in the last couple of hours since I've not looked at it. And I'm not sure what is going on tonight, people. I really, really am not sure. So I'm going to try and get hold of him. I really hope he's okay, because this brother has been facing so much scrutiny for outing Blessed Love Brown Sugar for. You don't know. Ever faithful, ever sure, my sister. But this brother has been under scrutiny for quite some time, in the last month or more, since he's been highlighting the Andrew Amechi story. Now, for those of you that don't know who Andrew Amechi is, he is the most abominable individual that has been committing atrocities against women and girls for a long time, actually. And the half of what he's doing, we don't even know. We don't even know what's going on. We really don't. We were also supposed to be having, this is Andrew Amechi. I'm going to get a more updated picture of him, but you guys might remember him. He's changed a little bit since this picture, put on more weight, you know, looks a bit darker because he's been living in Nigeria and what have you. But this is the guy, the serial killer that's been stalking girls in Nigeria, killing them, maiming them, raping them. He's done the same here. He's been to prison for that over here, and was able to make his way to Nigeria to commit more atrocities. So the question that we're asking tonight is just how many victims are there? And are a lot of these unsolved murders that are happening at the moment in around London and the UK, are some of those unsolved murders attributed to him? We don't know that. There's a lot of questions that need to be asked. There's also the question of his mate who lives in Milton Keynes, Ben. I don't know his surname. He was, again, supposed to be coming on tonight. But there's also that question of why it was that this killer was sending videos to this guy called Ben of the women that he had maimed and killed and done whatever to, and was sending videos of him grooming these women, sometimes having them drugged up in his room, all manners of evil, which Mr. Harrison would be able to tell us about. But I'm not sure where he is, people. I'm actually not sure where Mr. Harrison is. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to have a look on his page. I'm going to attempt to do that on his page. Let me try and do that now, actually. So I can just get an idea of what's going on. Somebody, a connection, told me that that's what's happening to him. And I'm like, what? I knew that he was under some kind of threat. I knew that, I knew that he was under threat for exposing it, because what's happened is that the police, hold on, is that the police have been implicated as being corrupt in whatever happened after he left. He was arrested in somewhere called Port Harcourt. And then he was supposed to be transported to another place called Abuja. It's a little bit like in Jamaica. If somebody commits the crime in country and it's a big crime, national attention, that kind of thing, they would tend to want to carry them guard town, meaning carry them to Kingston to get charged, you know? That's not unusual within itself. That's really not unusual. So, oh, go away. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this thing up. Jesus, some things you see on Instagram sometimes. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Let's just go on his page for the time being, see what's going on, and then I will present the story as best I can. I've been going over it the last couple of weeks here and there, but I actually wanted a witness testimony from people on the ground. And in that space when we're doing that, I'm going to try and get hold of this brother. I'm really actually quite worried at the moment. I am. I'm really quite worried for him at the moment. Right, so let's have a look at his page. Let's see what's happening, and we'll take it from there, because this is so concerning. I don't believe that I've ever come across a case like this, not with one of our own. You know, it's the kind of stuff that you usually hear in, oh God, that's gone wrong. Sorry, I'm having to manage like 3 screens so I can see what's happening on all of them, which is quite a feat for me at the moment, actually. But anyway, we need to get to the bottom of it, and it would be great to have the guests on. It's going to be very difficult for me not to repeat myself without them on. But really and truly, it's not really about them coming on just to tell us. I really need to know that this brother is okay, because there's been threats and he seems to have gone offline, you know? He seems to have gone offline completely. Oh, right. Well, we're still getting some kind of connection or signal from him, actually, at my end. So let's see what's going on his page. I need to find out myself. And in the meantime, I'm definitely going to try and get hold of this brother, because it's quite concerning, really. It's quite concerning. I can't see anything, any updates or anything. Not very good at this. I know those are old posts because I've seen them before, but let's have a look through. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Harrison, because I sure hope that brother is okay. You know, the corruption though, you know, these guys, his best friend is allegedly involved. Well, it is alleged, and I was hoping he would come up here and speak for himself today, because I've got quite a few questions for this Ben character who lives in Milton Keynes. You know, he's not in Abuja. He's not in Port Harcourt. He's in Milton Keynes. But let's unfold it. Let's make sure the brother's okay. Let's take a look at his page, guys. See if I can figure out exactly what's going on.
Today on the page, Harrison.
Harrison.
The boy you posted on the page, on the group.
It's not me, sir.
Yeah?
It's not me. I didn't post anybody.
You posted on the platform.
Okay. Harrison.
Yeah, that guy is a very, very bad boy.
Oh, okay. That lawyer now when they detain in Lagos State.
No, the human rights activist now.
No, they don't talk and say they detain them for Kirikiri last time now for the history. If you read that history now.
Yes, they say he go rob and kidnap.
Say you're involved in kidnapping, all those things. That is what they said.
Okay. Now person tell you I be not be saying you witness am. Because we dey find in case file. The person I tell you we dey find the case file.
I know understand what you
I say we dey find the case file. Oh.
Okay.
Na person I tell you I be witness am.
No, now so they talk. See for that history now, me and Sham for one platform.
Okay.
I me to come and just fall down to our own platform. Me and Sham for one platform.
So I define which group? Wait for Siam. So I call them. Wait for Siam.
When they share, I don't know where they share.
No, wait for Siam. Which of the platform? Man, I go find. Man, know where I go figure them. We dey investigate the boy.
Okay, please, who am I on to, sir?
You are speaking with a colleague now.
Who?
Yes.
Your name, sir?
My name is Harrison from Nishu.
Harrison, Amechi.
Yes, Guamnishu.
The only thing I don't know where they get it, but I can only forward that thing to if this one is your WhatsApp.
Yeah, this
let me go to the platform.
Send me screenshots. Send me screenshots. Yes.
For one platform.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. No
all right, thank you.
No
yes.
No problem.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. You posted about this guy today on the page.
So it looks as if some sort of major post has gone out. And brother says, on a Nigeria police platform, I was declared an enemy of the police. Well, now that's very dangerous in Nigeria, isn't it? When I was only told to be careful that some Nigeria police officers were working to eliminate or set me up, I posted on my page and some of you wrote, I am seeking for sympathy. Well, they have finally come open, and I am thanking God for making open the secret agenda of some police officers who have now published their true malicious intentions against me. I am not an enemy to Nigeria Police Force, but a friend of all police officers. I just want a better society where police will only, there we go, where police officers, sorry guys, I've lost my bit. Wow. He just wants a better place for Nigeria and that he's under threat, you know. But it says, this is the post that's gone out. All beware, beware, beware of this enemy of the force. All police officers in the country should beware of this man, Mr. Harrison Guamnishu, claiming to be a human rights activist or behind bar right base in Delta State, but have officers around some states. He has also contested for member House of Assembly. Rah, 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 rah. Read that at your leisure, guys. Make sure you go to his page and follow him. I don't even know what's going on here. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. I can't get hold of the brother, and I'm very scared, to be fair. And all because, I mean, God, I thought I was under it with death threats and stuff, but this is very real, isn't it? This brother's being threatened actually by the police, and they will carry it out with impunity, with nobody being able to investigate them or anything. And this is very scary. And all because of a madman that came from England after harming women here. He went to Nigeria and did the same thing. And this brother here, Brother Harrison, has exposed it. He's exposed the fact that the Nigerian police were supposed to be transporting this man from Port Harcourt to Abuja, but they went on a 4-day jolly with the man. Huh? A 4-day jolly where they were buying stuff, and he filled up their cars with petrol and transferred 1.5 million naira to their accounts. And they took the man on a jolly, a serial suspected killer. They went on a jolly with him for the sake of money. The corruption is absolutely disgusting. And I feel like we should be doing something here. You know, I am not of Nigerian extraction, or I might be actually. I haven't done my DNA. But you know how it is for us Caribbeans. I'm not of Nigerian extraction as far as I know. I'm certainly not of direct Nigerian parentage. But what I do know, the echoes are very similar to that of Jamaica. You know, but I do believe the Jamaican police would be a little bit more underground with their thing. You know, they're kind of overseen by British police, aren't they? A little bit more. They will kill and they will target people and do all the things that they're doing here, but they would not be so open with it to put out a bounty on his head. It's like wanted, dead or alive in the Wild West. I mean, what the bloody hell is going on? But let's take a look at some of what Andrew's been up to. I showed some of it last week, and I was actually trying to find some of the footage from last week. Last week I was trying to find some footage that I couldn't find, and I've actually found it this week. So let's have a look at him operating. I will keep trying this brother. I'm so scared, honestly. Yeah. I just hope he's okay, because we spoke just a few hours ago. You know, earlier on this afternoon, we spoke, him and I. And he was all good to go. Everything was set. His phone's going through, meaning it has, I'm trying to get him on WhatsApp. It has ticks, but he's not picking up. And I don't believe he's a brother that just would not pick up. You know, he seems to be very, very distracted, to say the least. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. Yeah, this is kind of scary. Honestly, I'm seriously scared. I don't know what to do. But let's just have a look at what this guy Andrew's been up to. He's creating, even from the grave, this man is creating havoc, honestly. Give me a moment. They will silence him. Yeah. Yeah, JA police are bad. Thank you, Angor, but not near as that. They will still go underground to do their thing. Honestly. 1 second, guys. Oh.
We are here at the Echelon Heights Hotel restaurant with this lovely chocolate princess. What is your name? Her name is Mercy. That's her name. She's come all the way from Lagos to see me. Thank you, thank you. And we're about to have some nice food. Yes, please. Just open. Yes, please. Anyway, so we'll keep you informed as to how the night goes. Okay, bye. Bye.
So hello guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Barrister Neze, and this is Nezeville. There are many issues that we experience with the police force in Nigeria. The challenges of a deeply rooted and deeply seated decay in the Nigerian police force. But another challenge is major, one that we overlook: the challenge of a total disconnect from the police and the people. For any security structure to be upheld, there must be synergy between the people who are looked after by the people looking after them. But
if you want to make a full-time income from home working part-time, you need to know this one concept, because
we go to police stations and we see everywhere stickers that says police is your friend. But in reality, the average Nigerian considers the police their worst adversary. This gap between the police and the people have bred distrust and disunity. The people would rather not say anything, would rather not report anything when they witness an anomaly, for fear of being arrested and having a scenario play out where the witness becomes the suspect. To get to the bottom of this case of Andrew, Celine, and Afiba, a strong collaboration between security operatives and the people residing around that vicinity is very incumbent, very crucial, because somebody should have seen something. Somebody should have heard something. Somebody should have known something. And since the police didn't have the confidence of the people, the human rights activist Harrison had to take the pain to travel all the way to Abia State, all the way to the vicinity where Mr. Andrew resided, to ask questions, to make findings, to carry out investigations. And imagine, people were more comfortable talking and interacting with a civilian than the police, who are paid to watch over them. So Mr. Harrison, in the course of his findings, got an intel from someone that resides very close to Mr. Andrew that they had found 2 dead bodies laying in the bush somewhere not too far from Mr. Andrew's residence, and that these bodies had no heads, had no limbs, had no hands. Many parts of the body were missing. They informed him that those bodies had been lying there recklessly for weeks and that they were already decomposing, emitting a foul stench all around, and that he should come and check if the bodies belonged to these girls that he was looking for. The human rights activist Harrison informed the police of this development, and the police sent a team to go with Harrison to this place. When they got there, they discovered 1 decomposing body, not 2, 1. And the body was wrapped in a cotton, which was identical to the type that Mr. Andrew had in his house. And to add flesh to that train of thoughts, when Mr. Andrew's house was searched, the police found out that 1 cotton from the rail was missing. There was good reason to suspect that this decomposing body belonged to either Celine or Afiba, but I will not comment for certain if it does. The remains have been deposited at the mortuary and some investigations will be carried out. Results of this investigation would tell us for a fact if that body belonged to Afiba or Celine, or maybe another victim that we do not know about. So we may have a lead there. As soon as the result comes out on the identity of that body, I will update us. Talking about the search on Andrew's house, a lot were uncovered. Ah, God, if only people wore their intentions on their sleeves. If only people's faces looked like the evil that dwells in their hearts. Perhaps Mr. Amechi would have been long identified. But just look at this innocent-looking man. Who would have thought? The office he usually flaunted online, lying to his victims that he was in the office, he was this, he was in a meeting, he was the business partner, acting like he was in some kind of office complex with the secretary and members of staff and all of that. That office was stationed right in the corner of his room. He constructed this big signpost and kept it in his room just to fool people online. While he positioned himself at the office with his signage at the back, he didn't fail to ensure that the Apple logo of his computer was fully visible, painting the non-existent picture of swag and class. And then he would lure these young women to him.
Port Harcourt, and I'm with this lovely girl called, what's your name? And we've had a bit of fun. We have had some good food, good conversation, and we're going now to the bar for some drinks. So we'll keep you posted. Bye.
I hope we're all listening. I hope we're all learning. I hope we are sharing these videos to our daughters, our sisters, our groups. I hope we're sharing the word. Just look at this one. This is another one, different from the first video that started this video, and different from the other one I just showed you.
So Tucci, tell us, how is your food? Is it nice?
Yes, it's tasty. Thank you. All thank
It's tasty.
It's tasty.
Okay.
Stop doing
And
that.
talk us through what have you got on your plate? What have you got?
Chicken.
Yes.
And chips with mushroom sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, come join me.
Different young girls. Just look at how they look. Little girls. He sure loved to document his escapades. Mr. Andrew Amechi is a skilled schemer. Another surprising subject which has risen now and has become a point of discussion is the fact that Afiba, the Ghanaian lady, is a married woman, not divorced, actively in a marriage. Her very distraught husband has now come out to speak on this incident. He said, I provided everything for my wife, Afiba. She lacked nothing. I wonder why she allowed her single friend push her into this.
I'm going to give away this incredible $4,000. Wait, no, not this one. This incredible $4,000 piece.
And when people got this message, they were like, excuse me, hold up. We empathize with you. We mourn with you. But please do not blame this on any single friend. Your wife was an adult. If anybody was supposed to influence the other, it was even supposed to be the married woman influencing the single lady, not the other way around. How can you sit back and put the blame on Celine for deceiving your full-grown wife? This was her decision. She made her choice. You know, when this whole story broke out, some people tried to give these ladies the benefit of doubt. Truth is that it is not all the time that young ladies go to visit the man that they went there for runs or they went there to sleep with him. Sometimes they genuinely just went there for fun. Youthful exuberance. Oh, we're in school, there's a holiday, one person is inviting me here, let's just go and catch trips, let's just go and have fun. Some of them would even come with their friends because they do not want to sleep with the man. So they will tell their friends to escort them, to follow them because they do not want to have sex with the man. It happens a lot. It is not everybody that sets out on such voyage that went for prostitution. So when this news got out, we tried to give these ladies the benefit of doubt. Oh, perhaps it was carelessness, perhaps it was boredom. But when that chat leaked, when the chat of Mr. Andrew negotiating to sleep with Celine and Afiba for a fee of 1 million naira leaked, it now became crystal clear what this whole thing was all about. And many people were wondering why Afiba, a married lady, would leave her country to another place just for this kind of thing. May God save them if they are still alive. And if they are not, may God rest their souls. Do drop in the comment section what you think about this development, that Afiba was indeed married. The full story of this Andrew's victim has now come to light, the whole details. So it is said that they met on Instagram, just as Celine and Afiba, and in his typical fashion, he sent her transport money to come to Aba to see him all the way from Lagos. I do not know how to describe the distance for those that are not Nigerians. Maybe you can put it on Google so you would understand the stretch of distance that stays between these two cities, these two states, Lagos to Abia State. It could take up to 12 hours via road. So the lady said that when she got to Mr. Andrew's house, after the first, welcome, eating, he likes to bribe his ladies with food. After the first welcome, this pleasant, jovial man suddenly turned to the devil himself, to a beast. And that he tied her up. Oh my God, she was in the room on the floor. He tied her up. He would beat her. He would rape her mercilessly, non-stop, both from the front and anally, everywhere, dehumanizing her. She said that he took her phone, deleted all their chats, every trace of them, email, anything, ensured that nothing existed about him on her phone. And it was clear that Mr. Andrew was going to kill her. So she said that his typical routine, remember that she stayed there for up to 6 days. She said that his typical routine was that every night after he was done raping her, he would lock the door where she was kept, take the key, and go to his room to sleep. But on this fateful night, oh, Mercy said no. She said that she couldn't explain it, but Mr. Andrew had forgotten to pull the keys out of the door. She knew she was gonna die anyways, so she just had to take a chance. She said that she opened the door and tiptoed out of the house, ran out of the house, and when she was out in the compound, of course, it was fenced. While she thought of what to do, how to get the key to the gate, to run out of the gate, she said she sighted Mr. Andrew coming. Oh my God. Adrenaline was pumping. She knew that if Mr. Andrew got a hold of her, she was dead meat. She said that she didn't know how she jumped the fence that had barbed wire, spiky barbed wire all around it. She jumped the fence, and it was in the process of jumping that the barbed wire tore her leg, gave her a very deep cut, but she kept on running as though her life depended on it. And that was how she escaped Mr. Andrew's house alive. What a real life horror. Now that this whole case is out, videos showing Celine living the glam luxury life on Instagram has surfaced. Only a few days before her visit to Mr. Andrews and her disappearance, she posted a video on social media which she captioned, "Enjoy every moment of your life. Life is for the living." And then she put a kiss emoji. Soft life. But that is not the subject of today's video. We will discuss that in another video. Do keep following, because we will be bringing you more and more authentic updates. Authentic only, emphasis on authentic, as this story unravels. So guys, yes, we have come to the end of today's video.
Wow. I love the way the sister tells her. I really like her, by the way. I've just discovered her now with this story. Her name's Neze, I think, and she's a barrister in Nigeria. She does a lot of stuff around awareness and whatever. And she's a great storyteller. I mean, I feel she tells the story the best in terms of clarity. But you saw pictures of him there in the UK with a Bentley. This man, I'm going to play something else in a minute because I need to show this this guy, and it's a small town, isn't it? We've got a few people that are from Milton Keynes here tonight. I want to know if anybody recognizes this Ben character. It'd be great if he's watching and he can jump on, because I've got questions for this man. Yeah, and the only way that I can explain it now is to show you know, he's been on other people's platforms and stuff like that. He was due on tonight, and that would have been Mr. Harrison that was going to be organizing that, and now we can't hear from Mr. Harrison. It's actually quite terrifying. His phone is going through, people. It's actually going through. And you know, I've only been speaking to this guy for a couple of days, and I've been watching since the last week or two about what he's been doing, and I've been speaking to him, and this is definitely a man that is of his word, you know. So I don't think he's ducking at all. And I fully expected him to jump on at 9 o'clock. I gave him the 5-minute call like I normally do with everybody else. And yeah, everything seemed gravy. Thumbs up. It was all going to go ahead. And then suddenly I've been alerted to something that was happening on his page. And this was earlier on today, though. Oh, this is very concerning. But take a look in case you're kind of trying to bring the strands of the story together and what's been happening so far. I'm going to find another live that this Ben character was on, because this is the bit for me. This is why we wanted to talk about it tonight. How many victims are there in the UK? Yeah, because I'm pretty certain there's going to be. You've already done Bird in the UK for battering a woman. You probably intended to kill her, and also for rape. So what else has gone on? Because a lot of this hasn't come to light until now. In fact, none of it has, apart from with this character, Ben. Now, his first name is Ben, and they call him Mr. Ben. But he lives here in the UK, and the guy apparently has gone to Thames Valley Police since Andrew Amechi was murdered. We showed that last week. And he's now gone to the police and given over all these bits of information, these videotapes, these whatever. My question is, in fact, let's just watch what he's got to say as to why. Let me try and find it actually. And then we'll ask the questions, you know, and if there's anybody watching that wants to ask questions, we'll put a link out and hopefully we'll get Mr. Harrison. If not today, then we'll definitely be able to speak to him at some point, because this is terrifying. It really, really is. It really, really is. Oh my God. Oh, I've just seen another thing one day ago that's saying that Interpol have arrested Ben, which is quite right if they have. Oh my God. It's all unfolding by the hour, people. Do you know what? I'm actually caught on a back foot here. It's all unfolding literally by the hour, because I thought I was up to date with it all. And I've literally gone online now and seen that there's a whole lot more been happening, and it's been happening in the last few hours. I just hope Mr. Harrison is okay. I really do. But Mr. Ben, let's have a look at him. And if Interpol have arrested him, good. Because that's exactly as it should be. Oh my goodness. Oh God. Yeah, there's loads of other stuff. Oh my goodness. Right, let me try and find what I was trying to look for. Oh God, yeah, it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off over there. Oh, right. So there's been some sort of falling out between Mr. Ben and Harrison. Jesus. Oh my God, guys. I was not prepared for this. I really wasn't. I thought we were just going to be telling the story up to where it is now, but in the last few hours, it's all unfolded. Jesus. Holy going on here, people. Let me just try and find what I wanted to show you. Sorry, guys. Let us hold a prayer for Harrison Guamishu, because boy. Right, let's have a look at this one, because this is something with him talking, and it's Nezzy as well. Again, I think I'll stick with this sister here, because I think she gives the most clarity, and she also breaks it down in the way that I need it to be broken down, because I don't think this man truly understands. I don't think this man truly understands how implicated he is by receiving all this information, and I feel like he knows what's going on to the fullest, and he understands what had been going on before the man even went to Nigeria. I think this guy knows a lot more than he's letting on, and he's trying to style his story by indicting the Nigerian police for their failings, and there has been many, you know, their corruption and whatever, and he wants to kind of shift the narrative and keep it there, when actually you're culpable, brother. You're actually culpable. Let's see. Damn. Okay. So he appeared on something about 7 days ago with somebody called Daddy Freeze. I've never heard of him. I think he's well known in Nigeria, I think. Yeah. Let's have a look at that one, because this is him. Guys, I'm just lost for words. I'm literally, for the first time, lost for words. Huh? He knew, he knows. Yeah, I know you're up with the story, Heaven. No, Ben is not the same person as Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison is Harrison Gwamnishu. He's the human rights activist that highlighted this story to the world, alerted us in the UK because, you know, he's been just highlighting it to such a level in Nigeria that it's caused international attention. But we would probably never have known if it didn't. And it's down to Harrison Gwamnishu. He's a hero. But because he's exposed it, and in his investigations of trying to get to the bottom of what happened, doing the police's job for them, he also uncovered police corruption, that they had been aiding and abetting the man. And because he's exposed all of it, his life is now under threat. He'd received, you know, intel about that, so he was moving from state to state. And now the Nigerian police have actually officially put out a bounty for him, you know, like, beware of him, he's an enemy of the police, which probably means that he'll be shot on sight. Do you know what I mean? No wonder the man is underground. The last thing on his mind is coming to talk to us about the story. This is so scary. I've never been involved in anything like this, but we're just praying and hoping that the brother's okay, and that is what is happening. Jesus, peace, have Christmas. Huh. Let's see Ben, who does live in the UK. His face is going up on Instagram tomorrow, because I believe that he, if the Interpol haven't arrested this man, which is what I'm hearing, I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. Let's look at that together. If they haven't done, then they bloody well should do. And he is harming women in the same way his friend is. He's complicit. That is what we call it. He is complicit, this Ben guy. And yes, it's his best friend. It seems to be his best friend, because who else would you trust? Why did they trust you? Why did this deviant man trust you in the UK to be sending you this stuff, and why? And how long for? Because it seems like it was happening for a good couple of years that he was sending this material of his atrocities. I don't know if it's gone further and he actually sent the murders, but he certainly sent the girls, like we've seen some of those videos. He sent them knocked out on his bed. He sent them harmed and was trying to kind of create stories around it. It's just atrocious, guys. Do you have, like, for me, it will be the first black serial killer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it would actually be that, wouldn't it? That's what it would be. And that is something we need to pay attention to, because there are bodies. That's what I think. Hold on a minute, guys. This is Mr. Ben.
Samuel, I run the news Niger 24 News. Okay. It's a blog, okay. There's a website, and we have staff and all that. And Andrew has been my friend for over 10 years. Okay. So I know him. We live in the same community in the UK. And I know quite a bit of him. So I visited when I was in Nigeria, and every time I come to Nigeria, I do go to see him in Port Harcourt. So it's quite a very unfortunate situation that we're discussing about. But the conspiracy out there and the narrative out there is taking the main focus from the main reason why this thing took place, the alleged incident. Because now I used to accept it that it has happened. Now I'm calling it alleged until Nigerian police come out and speak on this. Do you know? I want you to ask me a question. Anything, please, Daddy Freeze, you can ask me anything. When I mean anything concerning this man, anything. And I will be brutally honest with you, and I'll give you the answer without iota of a fear. And I'm very constant with it. Go ahead, sir.
Andrew graduated in 1989. How true is that?
Sorry,
from secondary school.
I'm not going to go back as far as that. I didn't know Andrew then. Okay. So, but I do believe Andrew spent some of his early age in the eastern part of Nigeria. He was born in the UK. And then the good thing that you guys need to know today, Andrew was actually adopted. Okay. And Andrew was raised in Nigeria. He told me this one because he explain his early growth when we discuss. So that's all I can say. I don't know about 80 something. I don't know, but I do believe that may be a correct event of his life.
Let's go into Andrew's predilections. Let's talk about what seems to be the norm. There's an allegation that this is one of the reasons why Andrew had to leave the UK. This same inappropriate handling of a woman. How true is that?
I would say that is partially, completely true. Partially true.
Okay. Throw some light on it. Explain to us why
Andrew he was in jail. He went to jail in this country.
Okay.
He went to jail for slapping a woman. I was aware of it. Andrew is a successful businessman. He's a gas heater engineer. The facts are there. He maintained almost 85% of council property in Buckinghamshire. He maintains schools. He has staffs that over 15 staff. At one point, Andrew have more than 15 vans for staff. Minimum wages for his salary for his staff, 40 grand a year. Most of his staff are British, white British, basically. Andrew is a crafted guy, but he has a problem. Just like everyone, he has a serious mental health problem, challenges. Now, he was involved in an incident that took him to prison. And after that prison incident, his life went like this, boom, like that. So he decided, Andrew does not know anything about Nigerian culture. Or like he knows he's from Nigeria. He loves that he's been there before. He was.
Want to spend more time obsessing over every stitch? Shopify's tools help you sell everywhere. Like
Brought up a little bit of his early age before he moved back to the UK and completely grew up here. He even to play Afrobeat. When we go out, he has cars. So when we go out and I'm playing Afrobeat, he never enjoyed it because it's not his kind of thing. When I see him, his life was completely a mess after he came back from prison. So that means he lost his businesses.
He lost all his businesses.
He has to because he's maintaining property for the council. And when you maintain property for the council and you have a 2 years in prison, they will be automatically taken away. This is not Nigeria. Okay, so you cannot go and start maintaining property, or your company will be responsible for vulnerable people in their buildings. I knew he had this problem, but he's in the UK. He's well managed here. But this guy suddenly called me one day and said he's moving to Nigeria. I'm
okay,
like,
so he moved to Nigeria because he was broke.
He was not broke. Whoever told you he's broke, they're lying. He was not broke. He has properties. He has life. But his company went down. So he went into depression. And now he can't go to America because he can't go to the US. He can't go to any Western country because of his criminal record. And he wanted to go to Nigeria and reset his life. Okay? That is how he moved to Nigeria in 2021. Okay, you can go ahead. Let me not just jump over the case.
Okay. There were 3 cases that Harrison reported.
Yes, please.
Afiba and some other girl who came and said she showed us some injuries that she sustained trying to run away from Andrew,
from his property.
Guys, I've just heard that they're live on Harrison's page on Instagram, so that must be a priority for him. Shall we go over and have a look? Who wants to do that? I want to see what's happening. Oh my God. Like, seriously. Let's see if we can get over there. How do I do it? Let's see if we can get over there and have a look and try and find out what's going on. Honestly, at least he's fine. Oh my God. At least he's fine. Like, everyone go and watch his live. Do you know what I mean? Let's just show it here if we can. I don't know if we can. Let's have a look. Not sure if it shows on the desktop other people's lives. Should do, shouldn't it? Yeah, I've got it on the desktop. Desktop. Let me see this now. Right. Don't think I can show it, guys. Yeah, I don't think I can actually show it live. Maybe they're quite smart, these people, aren't they, really? Because otherwise that would cost them a bit. If we could just beam everybody else's live somewhere else. But yeah, I'm not sure I can. If I can, I don't know how. To be fair. I can only see the posts. Jump on his live. That's what I'm going to do in a minute. I need to know what's happening. Oh my God. Let me see. One moment, guys. Oh my days. This is crazy. It's actually mad. Oh, yes, it can. It can on the desktop. Well, how comes I can't do it then? Hoya. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to get to his live. I'm on his page. Oh, hang on. Oh, does it tell you how? No. It's only showing me ooh. Yeah, it's only showing me this is. Oh Lord. It's only really showing me his posts and his reels. So I can't actually get to that live. I can get it on my Insta, definitely. I'm really anxious to know what's happening now. But at least he's around. This is a live, so it's in real time, right? Yeah, exactly. So at least he's around. Request to join his live. Let's do that. But can I can do that while I'm here, innit? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thanks, guys. Hold on a minute. Can you guys hear that? That's crazy. You don't think Andrew's dead, Heaven? I was thinking that, but we've seen the body. I don't know how they're going to fake that. Do you understand? Hey, maybe he just forgot the time. I don't know what's going on here. He's with Dad. Whose live is it? Let me try and jump on. All right, let's see what happens, guys. This is crazy. This is a new one, isn't it? Next week, we're actually going to be talking about a guy called Lance Stuber, who, let's talk about him next week. So we're going back to our usual format next week. There could have been a lookalike. Not so sure. All right, nothing's happening, so they're clearly not taking conjecture. But anyway, he's all right. I think he's in a secret location talking to them. I think the right thing to do is for him to go live in his country, if that's what's going on for him. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the right thing to do. I feel like I need to jump off and actually see what's happening. But if you guys want to go over and watch it, watch it. I think like that's the right thing to do. Or shall we stay here and watch it? I'm going to try and see if thank you, Heaven. That's what I really care about. Thank God he's alive. Oh my God. Yeah, there's somebody with a black screen on. I don't know how to get it up, guys. I really wish I could. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Can anyone tell me how to do that? If it is possible on the desktop, can you on Instagram desktop show people's lives? Like, can you see the live? Because I can't even see how I would see it for myself. Does anyone know that? Give me some instruction. Give me some instruction, guys. But right now, everyone's on this live when really they should be on what's his name's live, trying to join that. That's what I think, because that's the story we're presenting, and they're doing this in Nigeria. I think with all that's going on for him today, he's clearly had to do this. Yeah, and I think that's the right thing to do. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. We're going to have some updates actually quite very, very soon. Let me turn this down. We're going to have some updates very, very soon around some of the things that's been going on the last couple of months, because there's been a lot of developments and you guys need to be updated. So I will be doing that in due course. And I will also, coming up to the top of the hour anyway, people. I'm feeling like I feel like he's going to finish with that and then jump on. And then I'll have to do a whole nother live again, which is a bit mad. So I'm not sure. They're arguing with Ben. Yeah, I can see that. I can see they're arguing with Ben. I want to argue with him as well. So I feel like we have to jump on Mr. Harrison's live to do that, because there's too many questions. I was going to say that, if you were afraid of the Nigerian authorities, which I can kind of understand, people, I can kind of get that he would have been afraid of them. And if he goes there, he could be, his life could be at risk. But why did you not then tell the English authorities? This was a UK citizen doing what he was doing abroad. Interpol would have been alerted by the British authorities. And apparently it's all happening now. So I just find it, why have you waited until the man is dead, which he can't give us an alternative narrative as to why he was sending you those images? It's Harrison live, that's right, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, if you want the real story, guys, jump onto Instagram and get onto Harrison's live, because I want to know what's happening. Do you know what I mean? I want to know what's happening. Maybe he'll come and tell us next week properly, but then by then you guys will know the story. Our thing is, it was to put an appeal out today for the UK people. This is Nigeria that Harrison's doing, for the UK people to come forward, because at the moment what you've got is just men, apart from this Neze sister, who's been, she lives in Nigeria. But it's just all these men, and I can see a couple of the women that did come on were a little bit uncomfortable, and even the way that they kind of described the acts that Andrew was doing on them and guilty of them was just very inappropriate, and that's about understanding and education, them being in Africa in a different location, and just having no understanding of how to deal with victims, But I just thought it was important to link up the two. It was put to me. I didn't seek it, and I thought, yeah, that's actually something that we need to do, because this is just got too many reverberations into the UK. It's still reverberating around the UK. Clearly, what I saw earlier on about Ben being arrested by Interpol isn't true, because here he is on a live. He's clearly in Milton Keynes talking to people in Nigeria, and it's all crazy. It's all crazy. Shall I put the link out? Is it worth it? Do we want to talk about it, or do we all just put up a one if you just want to get on Instagram and see the rest of what's going on and get up to speed? Because I don't see any much point in pressing on, to be honest. Our guest for the evening is clearly engaged. And as I say, as he should be, really, because if I had those kind of threats, that's what I'd be doing. I'd want to send it that way. There are people in the comments saying Ben is not clean either. Yeah. Put up a one, guys. Do you guys want to just... Let's done it. It's an hour, and let's jump on to Instagram. I'm going to see if I can jump on there, and we can just take it over to there. No biggie. Put up a one, guys. If that's what you should do. Put up a one. Put up a one on Insta. You've still got people watching on Insta when you could actually be going over to Harrison's page and watching exactly what's going on there. And we've got people on Facebook, and we've got people on YouTube. What do you guys want to do? Yeah, I know, Malia, but I cannot see how to get to the live. That's the wickedest thing. That's the bit that's stumping me. I just can't see how to get to the live. I'm on Brother's page. There's nothing saying live or he's gone live or anything like that. Let me go on to home, because I follow him. It might show me there. Right, there we go. I'm so stupid. Let me share my screen, guys. I'm going to go onto the live now. Let me share the screen with him. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, let me share the screen. Let's have a look. That's all I needed to do was go on home. You see what I mean? Oh, my God. They're saying Andrew's a light. Oh, my God. This is just getting worse and worse. Guys, I'm going to present the screen. Let's see if we can jump on the live together, and then we'll chop it up for ourselves afterwards, okay?
is happening.
Can you see it? On the 8th of May. That was not the chart, the screenshot he sent to me. 8. It doesn't show the day.
But
they've turned their comments off.
show
Wow.
the day, it shows the time, right?
Because I
yeah, exactly. Because, yeah, so exactly. So we have the time, but we don't have the day. And this what puts us at the conclusion of this guy has written that he charted himself from their phones. Because let me tell you this, I was chatting Afiba for 6 days after the kidnap, and every day he comes, he blue ticks me, he views my messages, and I know that's Andrew. And I speak to him very, like, not directly, but I make him know things that I'm aware of what's happening. So I send Afiba messages indirectly telling Andrew, don't do this, please. And he blue ticks me and he never replies. And he used to come online 5 minutes per day. I was tracking that for 6 days, every single day. He goes offline, he comes online 5 minutes per day. He checks the chats, he blue ticks everyone, and he goes offline again from her phones. Afiba had 2 phones, one for business and one personal. And she had a UAE number. And this is what he was using to, messages from. So
just to let you guys know, guys,
say,
the guy in the bottom right of the picture is Harrison.
Desperation
and
for money, or run girls, or all that
the
stuff.
bald head is
I'll
Ben.
speak for her. She has a business in Ghana. She's not a rich woman, but I send money, and I'm not saying I send money because I want to show off or something. Every man has to provide for his wife. So I want to say that this amount, this ridiculous, I think 500,000 naira, it doesn't buy a ticket to come to Dubai even. It doesn't pay even one-way ticket to Dubai. So this is a complete joke. And that Andrew didn't know who he was messing with. He didn't know who was involved in this. He thought, like, there are 2 other ladies that their parents will keep quiet about this. He didn't know who was behind, at least the Ghanaian lady. Let me say it this way.
I want,
and of course tell him because her boyfriend really did a lot and really supported and really brought and shed light on this. So I want to always give him credit too, because he was supportive since day one.
What you have done is probably the best and the only you can do for us. Let her know down in Memphis as being an Olosho, because that is what Andrew would have wanted, and that robs of the dignity of being a victim. I don't know if what I'm saying is because
I'm only hearing parts of what you're saying because of the line, but just let me confirm what you're saying. When Mr. Ben came and said that Andrew is a psychopath, I've read a lot of books about psychopaths even before hearing about this case, and I can tell you that psychopaths are, I will not say smart people. They are smart in an area in their life, but they are very well good at covering up things. They can do something and you would never know about it. And so I can say that Andrew wanted to do that to shift the public's attention from searching the girls to painting the girls black. So everyone would just, say, oh, these girls are bad. They went for this. They got their fate. Instead of searching for them. And I can tell you, out of the 55 days now, almost 55 days. I can tell you that 25 days, no one was doing nothing. The police wasn't moving, and the public was just doing things to bring this whole case down in an indirect way. They were saying things about the ladies, and they were bringing the case down in an indirect way. And of course, if I'm a police officer or I'm a police principal, when I see these comments about the ladies, I'm not going to give attention. I'll not look into the case. Oh, they just went for a hookup, and he did that to them. So, so yes, I can say that the public did wrong. They judged too early. But I want this to be clarified. I don't want to see videos, and now videos are disappearing about, saying that they are bad girls and they went for hookup and all that. So the algorithm is now taking the story from that hookup to now they went missing. I want to ask Daddy Freeze.
Thank you.
And so Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison, you have done well. Please continue what you're doing. But I want to say to Daddy Freeze, we need to clarify the image, and the image is important because the police needs to take it serious, and Nigerians have to push on things and justice to be served, and for these things to be for us to acquire these things, we need to show the public that that's not what they went for, and we have the proof.
So this is the best service you could ever do, Afiba.
Yes.
Afiba was into hookup. Afiba did not go and do hookup. You sharing the story. Even I, at a point, I thought she went to do hookup because of what the media fed us. So we all changed the narrative.
It's Mr. Daddy Freeze. Let me say it this way. It's called legacy media, and you guys have to search this word. It's called legacy media. It's wrong information fed all over the internet in people's brains, and that's what happens. That's how all it goes. But we can correct it, and I always believe that truth will be revealed.
Much for joining. I've been on for almost 1.5 hours. Burnt out. Harrison joined us from beginning of a flight. He landed. He got home. N2 has been here. Shout out to Sir Bill, who made it possible to have this wonderful gentleman here today. Sir Bill, you've always been a friend. God bless you. Thank you for that. And all of us, let us not rob Afiba of her dignity, that we can put an unwholesome narrative out there. Instead, let us say it the way it was. His wife is. That's the narrative. Share this video if you're watching on Facebook. Share it on YouTube. Share it on TikTok. Share it anywhere you are. Afiba was not an show doing hookup. She was someone's wife, and the person has been searching for her for 55 days. He has spent with the family of Celine a total of 7 million naira. If she were an Olosho, I don't think her husband will go to the lengths he's gone to ensure she gets.
I think that would be called a simp, right? A simp, or like maybe if you have a word for that person who, or a pimp. A pimp is a person who markets his wife, or approves on such actions. So if I did these things and she was that person, I would have been a pimp, or simp or a pimp. These two words are fair to be said about me. if I actually
Thanks.
did that. Anyways, thanks for your times, both, or Mr. Bentu, Mr. Harrison. Just what I saw yesterday and today. I'm following and I'm watching these things. Things can be said, but I just want to say something. When a ship is in the sea and there's a lot of high waves and tides hitting on it, if the water, and there's a lot of that, and the ship is much heavy, it's really heavy, it doesn't sink. Why? Because the water doesn't get into it. The moment the water gets into it, it starts sinking. I want to say that don't let what is around you, bring you down or trigger you to say or justify that you're not that person. Just continue what you're doing. Whatever people say about you, you know who you are. You know your core, and God knows your core. So if you know that, why are you worried? You don't have to justify it. Keep revealing the truth and keep exposing people, and God never fails, and God never brings down his servants. That's what I want to say to you. So no fear. No fear. Right.
Thank you
so
much.
Thanks, Daddy Freeze, for bringing me to this platform and giving me the opportunity to speak to people and reveal the truth. I really appreciate that. I'm going to close now.
She was not
Thank you.
into hookup. That's what we're going to do, to give her dignity. And we pray she's still alive. But for any reason, if she is not, may her soul find peace. And we offer you our utmost condolence because you've been through a lot. God bless. See you all later. Harrison, thank you much.
Thank you so much.
All the way from the flight. You've not.
Thank you so much.
After 10, I consider
Thank
this.
you so much.
I also like to thank Ben and every other person who asked questions today. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Our interest is the interest of finding peace and justice.
Thank you.
For all. God bless you all.
Amen.
Wow, it looks like we caught the end of all of that. Maybe he'll be available for us now. Who knows? But yeah. And what happened to Ben? He just disappeared off of that. That's who I've really got my eye on, is this Mr. Ben. I am not sure what's going on with him, and I'm not buying it either. It's very strange. But guys, he is okay. That's the main thing, isn't it? Harrison is okay. It's all good. And yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. The brother's fine. Ben is extremely sus. Extremely sus. And I'm not sure how he's even being able to get away with it, to be fair. I'm just not even understanding what is going on. Is he being heard? I hope the police arrest him. Absolutely. Is he being heard? I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, I'm concerned with how many victims there are in London or across the UK, and especially Milton Keynes. Like, what's really been going on there? Do any of these people look familiar? Does anyone know that guy, Ben, from Milton Keynes? Have you guys seen him around? Anybody from Milton? Grandma Liz, I know you're from Milton Keynes. Have you ever seen this man? This Ben character? I bet you bump into him in town after this. Tell him we want to talk to him if that is the case. But yeah, guys, that's it. I don't know what Harrison's doing. I'm sure he's going to catch up with me. Oh, there's a text. Look there. Right, it looks like I'm going to have a conversation. Yes. My brothers and sisters, I'm going to put the link out. Hold on. Right, let me just put the link out because that's what we do. That is customary I'm just not for 6. I'm all out of sorts right now. Let me see if anybody wants to come on and talk about what they've seen, but I'm just appalled. And this man's story don't add up to me. He's well suspect. What he's trying to say is that you know, he was scared for his life, and that's the rest of it. Rabbi Lee says, I best not see him, sis. Cuss him off. Yeah, I think he's facing a different kind of scrutiny if he came on today. I got a feeling that, because, you know, my spirit picks up on things. And when I spoke to brother and I told, he suggested that Ben should come on, I was like, okay, yeah, fine. But I've got a few questions for him. And I was thinking, I wonder if Ben's aware of the platform. He's the kind of man that would be, and the kind of man that might be going, no, don't go there. It was something that ran in my head, and it probably could be the case because he knows, he lives in the UK. And he's also put his own credentials forward, this Ben character. You know, what he's trying to say is that he's a blogger, he's a journalist. If you're a journalist, brother, you have a duty of care. And you did not follow through because it was in Nigeria. This was happening over here. He was saying he would have gone straight to the police. You could have gone to the police here, which you have done now. And they're probably going to say, well, we don't care. The guy's dead. He's been murdered in Nigeria, and all the rest of it. Heaven, where did you see, if you're still on Heaven, I haven't seen your comment for a bit. Where did you see, I saw something saying that there was somebody that you'd seen it somewhere that the police had faked his death. Oh, you found the video. Was it on YouTube, Heaven? It says you found a video of Ben saying Andrew's alive. Ben saying it, and the police planted a body as well as cleaned out Andrew's bank account. How did they plant a body that looked just like him? They'd have to be using some, go on YouTube. Okay. All right, but I don't know about that, right? That would take some hella prosthetics. I showed it last week and I had to take it off because it was just too graphic with this corpse laying in the back of the car. Then you've got Harrison going to the actual morgue to verify it, and he's standing there with about 2-3 other men all around this body that looks an awful lot like Andrew Amechi. What kind of prosthetics would they have to use to fake the body to that degree? I don't think so. I think Ben is trying to throw the dairy off himself, you know? Right. Ben's probably heard about you as the Milton Keynes family for real. Yeah, he may well have, for real. Yeah, he might have been following that story and become aware of the platform that way. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I don't like the cut of his jib, and we don't buy his story. I don't feel there's any justification. I get it. It's a very plausible story, a very plausible story. I was afraid of the police in Nigeria. Why would I, who could I have told them? Who could I have told about Andrew? Because they're friends with him and they're on the payroll. Get that? But you're in the UK. Yes, you go home to Nigeria, but at the time you could have done something from the UK, brother. You could have alerted the UK police and rounded them up. And I don't think anybody with a conscience, any decent human being, would be able to actually receive that material and not do anything about it. It would just be too much. It would be for me anyway. That's my rationale. I'm trying to be as objective as I can, and I can't find the common ground. I really can't find the common ground with him and me. Give me a moment there, guys. Give me just one moment. Sorry, guys, I just got a call there. Yeah, most people are saying he's a co-conspirator, but no one's taking the link. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to have this conversation. Hold on. One minute, guys. I'm feeling like, oh, okay. Right, give me a moment. We might just get Harrison on. I just got to have this conversation real quick. We might just be able to get him on. Give me a moment, guys. Action is terrible, people. It's not even working out. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to attempt to have this conversation. I'll bring you the updates next week. Alongside, you look out for this guy's picture on Instagram during the week. He's a guy called Lance Stuber. And it's something that we've been aware of. He's just been found guilty of quite a few nasty little bits and pieces, but I will show you next week. He's going to be the topic. I'm hoping to get victim testimony, but I don't think Sister's quite ready yet. I wouldn't advise it, to be fair. But we're going to talk about him anyway. Sister wants his face out there, and she wants everybody to know what he's done. He's a dirty piece of work, this guy, Lance Stuber. So look out for him, people. I'm going to wrap it up. We're on 121. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm going to dig some more and get to the bottom of this crazy story. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to unravel from the UK end. Let's see if we can get Brother on for next week. Let's see if we can get Ben on for next week with all that's going on. Couldn't get through it. I tried, and the coverage is just awful. Even my brother's telling me to knock him up. Heaven says, you get those friends who where both are unhinged, but one is overt about it while the other is covert. Ben is the covert creep. The one THT, I don't know, the one that doesn't have the balls but gets off on Andrew's escapades. I think that's pretty, yeah. That's kind of where my mind is. Like, were you enjoying those videos, actually? This is what I was asking myself. Why would you do that? Why would you hold it like that? Why would you hold that? You know, and especially as somebody who's quite educated or relatively educated, who says that you are a journalist, you ought to know better. You ought to know better. But my people, blessed love. I'm going to get an early night, which is a rare thing on a Friday. And I shall see you guys again next week. My questions haven't been answered, so I'm definitely going to be revisiting this. Blessed love, my people. Blessed love, blessed love.